but no trick, your fingers go, living the dangerous life. Hey, every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down, doing me up, spitting me out. Hey, when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Never will fall, never will end. Sound like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium, fight song raising up like a
Yeah, my Xbox captures only go up to 10 minutes, so cuts off here, but you can tell though I was like, okay, carrying this team through the rogue agents. When I heard rogue agents, I'm like, oh man, yeah, this is what this build's made for. Tanking all 5 of them. Although I noticed, it's so, as usual, damage is always inconsistent in this game. I started taking boatloads of damage and had to start dodging and use my shield more. I still was ultimately okay, but that was because one of them popped a sniper turret, and because I think that's what happened, but the sniper turret was considering a red enemy, not a yellow one. So because of that, the sniper was doing crazy damage to me because it was considered a red sniper turret, not a yellow one. Which is, of course, stupid. I don't know why all their skills should be considered elites, because they are elites, but of course the devs hate tanks in this game with an utter passion, I'm convinced. So there's so many mechanics that they try to throw at you to make sure that your tank always gets ripped to shreds by random crap, so it is what it is, but I still was able to get through it by just, you saw, going to the sniper turret and just popping my shield, which is, the heroic is still strong enough for this build to just slowly kill that stupid sniper turret, because it's like, yeah, that's a priority, and then I can get back to focusing on the rogue agents and then getting my teammates up. I got one up expecting he'd get the other up, because it's like, yeah, I can do this, but it's going to take forever, so obviously I need to get them up because they're the DPS. By the way, at the end of this, we finished the stronghold, no problem after. I mean, this was actually the hardest encounter, was rogue agents, of course, especially because it's 1 plus a player, so it's 5 of them. And, you know, if teammates go down, then it's like you against 5, which is crazy, because if I'm not on my tank build, when 2 rogue agents spawn when I'm soloing on any other build but tanks, I mean, it's not that I can't beat them, but it's like, it's worrying. It's like, okay, I gotta take cover, right? They're gonna destroy me within seconds if I let them, so I gotta immediately figure out how to kill these guys now. But on this guy, it's like, oh no, I just walk up to them and shoot them in the face till they die. It's like, that's all I get. It's so easy. But yeah, it's I really love this build. This build is just amazing. Now I'm going to do another video because I made another legendary focused build, a legendary stronghold focused one, that is returning to Foundry again. Now this build here, he can still do legendary strongholds. He can solo zones on them too, like other tanks, and he's still a great asset to a team if you bring him in there, but he's not the best one, because mainly and only because of the explosive spamming in legendaries. Not just because of the damage, the extra damage you take, which factors in, but honestly, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is this stupid explosive spamming, because it'll interrupt you constantly, and that's what can get you killed, and then it'll prevent you from reviving teammates constantly. So I made a version of Foundry build that actually uses Sawyer's knee pads, and that's right. And I went back to Sweet Dream Shotgun for that. And that with Sawyer's knee pads on like a shield-focused build, he actually can solo Legendary too, just as easily as this guy. But unlike him, he's a better asset on a team in Legendary, because he can actually, well, keep a strong shield when he needs to, as well as ignore explosions. And the combination of those two means it's much easier for him to revive teammates constantly, which is the main duty of a tank in Legendary, because everybody who's not a tank is always going down constantly. Like, that's just almost inevitable in Legendary. And the tank's by himself, then taking all the fire until he can get someone else up again. If he doesn't die first, which will often happen too. And yeah, this guy, he can do it, kinda, but it's not, and also in more close quarters on Legendary, where Adrenaline Rush is activating more consistently, then you could say he even becomes a better tank than Foundry, any kind of Foundry version. But yeah, for the most part, it's like Legendary, you kind of just want either a pure hazard protection one or a pure Foundry one, with something to let you revive people if you're going to do a Foundry one. I'll show that in the next video. The thing is, that build, really all those other tank builds, yes, they're better than this guy for Legendary Strongholds specifically, but only that. And those same tank builds, they're still good tanks. here on Heroic and Countdown, but I would argue all of them aren't as good as this one. Because at that point, you don't need an invincible shield anymore for any kind of heroic content. There's no point using the Liberty pistol meta, for instance, anywhere else except a legendary stronghold in this game. And, well, especially in Countdown, when Vanguard gives you armor too. I think it might apply in raid. I have to test it in a raid. It's just been so long to see if it even works. But I assume in any 8-player team it gives you armor too. But so this guy might be one of the best tanks to also bring in the raids too. I have to see though. I'm not entirely sure about that because I haven't really done a raid. I've looked them up, so I have an idea. But I'm still yet to do one because when I looked them up, I realized I probably will never enjoy them. So I would have to get an incredibly communicating team together, which in my situation probably will never happen. But yeah, we'll see. And I don't care about any of the exclusive raid weapons when I looked them up. I mean, heck, the Eagle Bearer I thought was just trash. At least for any build I would like. It's like, what is this nonsense? So anyway, I heard it used to be a lot better and then they nerfed it. But yeah, for non-legendary strongholds, this is an awesome tank. One of the best, I think, in the game. Because at that point, you don't need a perfect shield, you don't need hazard protection, so just going maximum on your own region, you still using Adrenaline Rush, perfect Vanguard to boost your team's armor too, and that combo with, you know, Reformation Talon on my pistol still means that my Bulwark Shield can still be tanky enough on Heroic, as you see. I don't really need anything else to still have it do its job on any kind of heroic content. Countdown or Strongholds here, or Summit, or any of it. Which again is most, like, legendary, even though it happens, it's still not most of the content in this game. Most content is going to be on Heroic, or I think Raid, I have to look again, but I thought raid enemies are like in between Heroic and Legendary. In which case, I still think this guy would be better. But we'll have to, especially if Vanguard gives you armor too, but we'll have to see if that's the case. And then I might be able to say this guy actually is a very good tank build for raids, but I don't know though. Because he also can't, I don't know if there's a ton of explosive spamming like there is in Legendary, because if that's the case, probably not, since you can't really revive people reliably because of that. But other than that, you know, there's not as much of that on Heroic, and then he can live through it a lot more easily on Heroic, which is why even when there's explosions, it's still not a big deal. He can still revive people fine. But yeah, you know, yep. Not much else to say, I guess. You've seen the other video where I showed this guy in Countdown where he's at his absolute best. I will say, no one can convince me that this build I made is not the best for Countdown, at least. Like when it comes to Heroic Countdown, Challenge Countdown, but mostly Heroic when you actually need like solid builds to get through and get through Extraction specifically. This is by far like the best tank I think there is, because again his shield is still durable enough, but the most important thing is like there's pretty much no red or purple enemies during Countdown and Heroic, so all that protection from Elite comes into play. Survivalist, letting him do this version of it and then getting even more armor region, that's when also armor region stacking is better, because again there's very few hazards and very few explosive enemies to worry about during Extraction. It's almost pretty much the only threats are hunters, and they all still just rely on their guns, not any kind of explosives or hazards. So that's when it's like, yeah, this guy, you know, totally amazing for Countdown. But I already showed the video of him face tanking the entire Extraction point on Heroic too, not even Challenge.